You and Chili ended up in a relationship. Was that during the first album?
It was during the first album. We would hide it because Pebbles was so crazy about girls being groupies, and it's hard for women in the industry, so don't be dating no producers and stuff. And so we first started dating, we kept it away from her. She didn't know it, only the girls knew it. And it wasn't until when she got pregnant the first time and Pebbles found out, and then she kicked her out of the group.
Rozonda Chili Thomas, the unstoppable powerhouse who made TLC one of the most iconic girl groups ever. You know her as the fierce beauty behind mega hits like Waterfalls
Don't go chasing waterfalls
and No Scrubs.
No, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love.
But hold up, what has Chili been up to since her chart-topping days? Sit tight, because we're spilling the tea on her whirlwind journey through love, heartbreak, and oh so much more. From humble beginnings as a backup dancer to becoming a Grammy-winning legend, Chili's life has been anything but boring. Born Rozonda Ocillion Thomas on February 27, 1971, and raised in Columbus, Georgia, Rozonda Chili Thomas has a backstory as fascinating as her career. She graduated from Benjamin Elijah Mays High School in 1989, but it's her family roots that really have people talking. With a father, Abdul Ali, of Bangladeshi and Arab descent, and a mother, Ava Thomas, who's African American and Native American, Chili's heritage is as unique as she is. Here's where it gets juicy. Chili was raised solely by her mom.
My great-grandmother, we called her Big Mama. She helped my mother raise me. She was the best, full of wisdom and so sweet and loving. We had our own little bond, of course.
But in 1996, she gave the world an emotional front-row seat to a life-changing moment when she met her father for the very first time at the age of 25, on none other than the Sally Jessy Raphael show.
Arlene called me, and I was on my way to church with my best friend, and she said, "We got him." And I was like, and the inside, I didn't know if I should get excited or, if we're gonna call back and say, well, no, it's the wrong one again. And I said, okay, and she gave me his phone number, and she told me that, he was married, and I had a sister and two brothers, and my sister sings as well. So I was like, wow. That's my daddy, y'all. He was cooking, I don't like yams, so he wants me to taste his yams. So, I said it was okay. So, it was just the greatest time.
We got him the daddy hat. So, Chili, you got to meet your dad. You told us it gets better.
Yeah, it gets much better. I see where I get my muscles from my daddy.
I have a sister.
I have a sister, and I have two brothers. But she's got spritzel. You know what the greatest part of it for me was that I was raised by my great-grandmother and my mom. And when my great-grandmother passed, that was like my dad right there, Sure. So it was like, oh, and growing up and everything, I always wanted to find my father. It was just always something missing. And when you hear people say it's always something missing, if you don't know, it really is.
It is.
You just wonder, well, what's going on? Why do I act like this, And when I met all of them, it just all came together, and I feel so home.
Before she was stealing the spotlight in TLC, Chili was shaking it as a dancer for Damien Dame. But in 1991, fate came calling when she joined TLC. Replacing founding member Crystal Jones. The name Chili? That was a genius move by Lisa Left Eye Lopez to keep the group's iconic name intact. And the rest, as they say, is music history. With over 65 million records sold worldwide, TLC became the ultimate American girl group.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying, is also known as...
And let's not forget those 4 Grammys Chili snagged along the way.
Thank you. And we bumped into God also, and he said, don't forget to thank me when you get up there.
Chili's love life has always been full of twists, turns, and plenty of drama. Back in TLC's early days, Rozonda Chili Thomas and music producer Dallas Austin sparked up a romance that had everyone talking. But oh, their love story was not without its bumps.
First album, we would hide it because Pebbles was so crazy about girls being groupies and, it's hard for women in the industry, so don't be dating no producers and stuff. And so we first started dating, we kept it away from her. She didn't know it, only the girls knew it. And it wasn't until when she got pregnant the first time and Pebbles found out, and then she kicked her out of the group. She has a miscarriage because of the stress of her and Pebbles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fought tooth and nail to get back into TLC, proving she was born to be a superstar. Fast forward a few years and things heated up again between her and Dallas, leading to the birth of their son, Tron Austin, in 1997. Even though the romance fizzled out, Chili and Dallas have kept things amicable for their son. They've nailed the co-parenting game, and Chili couldn't be prouder of Tron, who's now following in his parents' footsteps with a music career of his own.
Far away, escape the day.
Through it all, Chili has made it clear that being a hands-on supportive mom is her #1 priority. Total boss vibes.
Well, first of all, he is #1 in my life until in the ground resting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think when you choose to have kids, they are just priority, period. And he didn't ask to be here. It was a blessing from the Lord that I got to be his mom.
Yeah.
And so my job is to just be there for him and guide him the best, to my ability with God's help and all that. So, I was saying to you, commercial break, I can count on one hand how many times I did not take him to school every morning and pick him up.
This is too much, and then, it's just, she would give me the motivation to just keep going. And
Chili, as you look at Tron, and I know as a mother, I know how much you love and adore him. What makes you most proud seeing him, knowing that everything, what was poured into him, seeing him now? What makes you most proud?
How humble he is. That is everything to me. I don't care who you are, what type of job you have, you show everybody with the utmost love and respect.
Same respect.
Yeah, no one is above any of us except for God. That's it. You know what I mean? And so I always instill that in him, and I tell him, like, when you're on top and you have a bad attitude, people will deal with you because you're on top. But no one stays on top forever, and you want to be able to maintain. And when you're nice and humble and sweet to people, they'll take your phone call when you don't have that #1 single.
But that's just the start of her headline-making love stories. Fast forward to 2001, when Chili found herself in a swoon-worthy romance with R&B superstar Usher. The sparks flew after she starred in his steamy music videos for hits like You Remind Me,
I just can't get you remind me,
and You Got It Bad.
hang up and you call right back.
The couple had everyone talking, but by 2003, it was all over.
I'll just say this about us. I think the timing was a little off. I had just gotten out of a really long off and on relationship, and I think a lot of times we don't realize that when you're in a relationship for a very long time and you're over it, you're over the person, but it doesn't mean you're not over all the stuff that you allowed yourself to go through. And so I had baggage, so I had baggage kind of going into the relationship, and then just a combination of things. But as far as our personalities, how we are and how he is as a person, how I am, that part was fine.
But here's the kicker. Usher reportedly popped the question, and Chili said no.
There was talk. There was a lot of talk about it, and I always knew we weren't ready for that. So you were the one that said, no, let's just hold off, babe. Basically, just, let's just try to get the relationship together. During the time that we were together, of course I wanted it to work, and I only want to get married one time. I'm not hard up for marriage where I have to just marry to somebody. I take that very seriously. You take something, when you have tried to get it to that point to where you guys, even on your worst day, your best day, you still know you want to be with that person, and you go before God. I don't play with stuff like that.
Ouch, that hurts. And if that wasn't juicy enough, Usher later claimed their relationship inspired his 2004 smash hit, Confessions. The one filled with all that cheating tea. Meanwhile, Chili kept it classy, calling Usher her first real love. Aww.
Just had differences, and unfortunately, because of sometimes baggage that we all carry, it just didn't work out. It was a relationship that just happened before its time.
I wish that we were able to really work out our issues, because if we had met later, this would be a totally different behind the music, and what Chili wants would be titled What Chili Has.
And who could forget Chili's reality show, What Chili Wants? In her quest for love, she teamed up with a relationship expert, Tiana T. Smalls, which premiered on April 11th, 2010. And let's just say it was a wild ride.
Can't drink, smoke. Has to love God. He has to be super fine. Oh, he can't eat pork, just to name a few.
Full of awkward dates and candid moments, it sure had everyone tuning in.
Date Jesus, because nobody else is gonna meet those standards.
That's not true.
Why are you going on dates?
So, because I want to find the right person.
And now for the latest tea. Chili is living her best life with her new boo, American actor and singer Matthew Lawrence.
I think it has so much to do with the fact that, and again, you know, on my show, I always hope that women would see the importance of having high standards. And I got a lot of flack from that, but I don't care. You know, and for me, I just waited it out. And I'm like, Lord, if it happens, wonderful. If it doesn't, I'm still okay. And so Matthew, honestly, I mean, he's the list. I can't even say, you know, this or that. He is my entire list. And so I thank God every day.
Yes, you heard that right. Their romance started in late 2022 and has been the talk of the town. After keeping her heart guarded for years following her drama-filled split with Usher and other past relationships, Chili is finally letting love in again. The pair officially went public in January 2023, and get this, she's even said that Matthew has completely changed her views on marriage.
I don't have any fear at all when it comes to him. It is just the way he is as a man. You know, he is a good guy. He has an amazing heart. And I mean, he checks off all of my lists, except for a few I don't know yet.
But we figured
to get married. Look.
Can you imagine Chili as a bride? Fans are already buzzing, wondering if wedding bells might be right around the corner. Well, so are we, because this love story could be heading toward happily ever after. But hold up, let's back up a little to yet another drama in Chili's life. Who would have thought that one of the hottest girl groups of the 90s, TLC, would drop the ultimate bombshell in 1995? Bankruptcy.
We're not going to sugarcoat anything anymore. Been quiet long enough. Can I get an amen? Amen! All right. I'll put it to you this way. We are the biggest selling female group ever. 10 million albums worldwide. We have worked very hard. We have been in this business for 5 years. And we are broke as broke can be. And we're not like trying to be a sad story. If that was the case, we would have been on everybody's talk show talking about how broke we are. We haven't done that. I know it's hard to believe because we've sold so many albums, but it is possible. That's the deal here. So, and we're not happy at all. But for real, tonight, this is all we wanted. We wanted to win a Grammy, at least one, and we won 2. And that proves that we are the jam.
Well, first of all, 10 million albums, and how can we be broke? Kind of, I can't go into everything right now, but trust me, you can sell 10 million albums and be broke if you have greedy people behind you.
Yep, despite topping the charts and selling millions of records, the ladies shocked the world when they revealed they were broke. And the culprit, their messy contract with manager Pebbles, aka Perry Reed, who's been at the center of TLC drama for years.
All right, this is how a group can sell 10 million records and be broke. And everyone, get ready to do your math. When we first started out, we were kind of cocky. Okay, there are 100 points on an album. TLC had 7. Every point is equal to 8 cents. 7 times 8, 56 cents. But as time went on, we learned a lot. That means every time an album gets sold, TLC gets 56 cents. So 10 million records, $5.6 million. Seems like a lot of money. Well, it's not a lot of money when the record company has spent $3 million to record your album. And in the record business, we pay all costs back to the record company. We pay recording costs, video costs. So now we have $2.6 million left. Well, guess what? When you have that much money, you're in about the 47, 48, 49% tax bracket. So that immediately gets deducted to $1.3 million. Then you split the rest 3 ways. You got about $300,000 a piece, if that much, okay? $300,000. I can buy a nice house with that. And what am I gonna pay my bills with?
But don't count these queens out. After the financial fiasco, TLC rolled up their sleeves and got to work rebuilding their empire. In one unforgettable power move, T-Boz, Chili, and Lisa Left Eye Lopez barged into a meeting between Clive Davis, the head honcho of Arista Records, and none other than Puff Daddy. Yes, Diddy himself. demanding answers about their money or lack thereof.
So the girls went and got 3-4 gangster girls from Techwood, from the projects here. They drove all the way to New York, and they went right up into Clive Davis's office while he was meeting with Puff. Took the phone off his ear, hung it up. The girl said, "TLC got something to say." This big ghetto girl they sang. They shut the door, told Clive they needed to talk to him in LA on the phone together, personally, so it wasn't no BS going on, and they just got him in that position. And the girls ended up, they ended up taking all the plaques off of the Arista walls, these ghetto girls from Atlanta, taking all the plaques, putting them in the truck downstairs.
And word on the street was that there was a gun at one point in time. But T-Boz later spilled the tea, calling it a high-stakes showdown where they made it very clear they weren't leaving until their financial woes were addressed.
Well, first of all, we didn't pull out any guns on Clive, and we did have a moment. But you got to keep in mind, it's hard to tell every little detail. So much went on within all those years, and we tried to put as much as we could within 2.5 hours.
I mean, they put the Arista part in there, but you know, it needed to stay clean as well. But we didn't pull a gun out on Clive, actually. Basically, $75 million was generated on that album. We didn't really get any, so we wanted to know where the money was at, and LA said it was at Arista, so that's where we went. TLC and Company, yeah.
So how was the gun involved in the story?
Somebody may have had one outside somewhere, you know, but nobody pulled it out on nobody. They just was ordered to take down everything that said TLC.
And guess what? Their boldness paid off.
His reaction to all this?
Actually, it was squashed. Nobody got in trouble. We actually got some money after that, even though it was still recoupable. But I mean, it was squashed. She ended up giving us a hug and a kiss.
Chili isn't just a superstar. She's a superhero for the next generation. Back in 2012, she launched her nonprofit, Chili's Crew, based in Atlanta, aimed at empowering young girls to build their confidence through workshops on self-esteem and career guidance. She's using her platform not just for fame, but also to uplift others. Talk about giving back in style. Oh, the drama is always chasing Chili like her shadows. At one time, she found herself at the center of some serious tea when her former TLC manager, Perry Pebbles Reed, dropped a bombshell in 2013. Pebbles accused Chili of having an affair with her husband while they were still married.
Now, ask me a direct question. Ask me what I believe. Because my daughter, leave her out of that.
Tell me what
That's
you
her.
believe.
About
what she said. She made a very particular statement that Chili slept with L.A. Reid.
Ask me if I believe that.
Do you believe that Chili slept with L.A. Reid?
Absolutely. I didn't believe it then because I didn't want to believe it. I loved my husband fiercely, and I loved them fiercely. They were like daughters to me. Bottom line, I don't have a reason to lie about that. I didn't believe it and wouldn't for years. But I have my reasons to say absolutely.
What reasons do you have?
I cannot tell you some of them.
Tell me one.
I just know it. It happened.
Was it something you saw? Was it just an intuition?
I saw some stuff, but it goes deeper than that. I won't tell it here.
Oh.
I can't. I just, listen, I've held it for 20 years.
But see, that's the point.
Mark,
I'm not going to push you no more.
No, you hear what I'm saying? I got a G code. I've held it for 20 years.
Well, you're definitely a G.
That should
Everybody in the world think you a G right now.
Everybody should know from that.
Yes,
this chick got a G code. So don't, but now if you're going to continue, I was going to take that to the grave and some other thing, but you didn't let me. My daughter didn't invent that statement. That's been out there for years. I chose not to believe it because I didn't want to, because whether they want to believe it or not, still, I love them. But I will not stand to continue to be disrespected.
Can you say scandalous? The allegations sent shockwaves through the media.
That, and then she started thinking that he was messing with the girls, and you know, it was just a whole bunch of it started turning really shiesty then. She didn't want the girls around her husband, but she's managing the girls, and then her husband is a label, and so it was just one of those messes that it was almost impossible. It should have went into the ground, actually. If it was anybody else, it probably would have.
Of course, Chili was quick to shut down the rumors, denying everything and insisting on her loyalty to her friendships and professional relationships.
And here's what TLC says. No member of TLC ever slept with or had sexual contact with L.A. Reid as Perry falsely, that's Pebbles' real name, falsely accused Chili of on The Wendy Williams Show. In fact, Perry had falsely alleged the same thing happened with Tion. I would like to confirm that Perry Reid was the only person who ever suggested that Chili leave TLC. Neither Lisa nor I ever wanted or suggested that.
Then there's the tragic loss of Lisa Left Eye Lopez on April 25, 2002, which was a devastating moment that rocked Chili, T-Boz, and the entire music world. At just 30 years old, Lisa's life was cut short in a car accident in Honduras, leaving fans heartbroken and the R&B world in shock. Her untimely death not only marked the end of an era, but also left an irreplaceable void in TLC's dynamic.
I remember I didn't listen to the radio for a long time because I didn't want to hear reports about her, you know. We didn't go to the mall, didn't want people coming up, oh, I'm so sorry. And I know that they meant well, but when you're in pain, that's just don't want to hear any of that. And you know, it took me a long time to refer to her in the past, you know, because it was just, I couldn't believe it. And I think it has so much to do with when you're young like that, you think you're invincible. You just assume that you're gonna live to be 90 years old. And tomorrow, not even the rest of the day is promised, you know? And so that's why it's just so important to make sure, you know, the people that you love and, you know, that they always know that you love them. And I was just so thankful that right before she passed, Lisa, you know, this was during the time when she was in Honduras, and all three of us cooked. But Lisa had the seafood stuff like on lockdown, you know, and she made the best gumbo I have ever had in my life. I remember when I was talking to her, she was over there and I was like, you know, when are you coming back? And she was gonna send me the recipe. And I was like, no, I said, when you get in town, just come over, because I wanted that bonding time with her. And we were so excited and looking forward to that, you know. And even though it crushed me too that didn't happen, I was still happy that we had plans, you know, to get together. And we were just on a good note. She knew that I loved her. I mean, she always knew, but I'm just saying things that you haven't said, I love you, to that person.
But here's where the story gets truly touching. TLC made it their mission to keep Lisa's memory alive in everything they do. Instead of replacing her, Chili and T-Boz vowed to carry on as a duo, forever honoring Lisa's place in the group.
You know, we've had to deal with it for so long because, you know, losing her is our loss, you know, and time does heal, but, you know, you obviously never forget, you never stop loving just because she's not here anymore. I still love her. And again, when you talk about the memories and all that kind of stuff, Tiana and I, we know because it was only the three of us together going through these things in the rooms, talking when no one else was around. Yeah. And so we can tell that side, which is her side too, again, better than anybody can do it. And T and I, we're going to keep carrying it until, you know.
And the way they do it, pure genius. Archival footage of Lisa is woven into their performances, so fans still feel her presence every time TLC takes the stage. It's a testament to their unbreakable bond, proving that TLC is forever. Even years later, Lisa's energy, style, and influence continue to shine through their music and projects. This group isn't just legendary, they're a sisterhood that stood the test of time. Rosanda Chili Thomas and her TLC partner in crime, T-Boz, aren't just music legends. They're also out here doing serious good in the world. The duo has been passionately raising awareness about HIV/AIDS, drawing from their own experiences in the music industry and the way the epidemic has touched their lives and communities. It's not all about glitz and glam for these ladies. They're using their star power to shine a light on an important cause. Chili and T-Boz proving yet again that they're queens both on and off the stage. TLC made a major comeback at the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Chili and T-Boz hit the stage to perform their iconic hits.
No, I don't want your number, no, I don't want to give you.
And let me tell you, it was pure nostalgia gold. The crowd went wild as they slayed in their perfectly coordinated outfits, proving they've still got it after all these years. Oh, and let's not forget, they snagged a landmark award to top it all off. Talk about legendary status. Chili's glow up is real, y'all. From rocking the stage on tour with TLC to juggling her personal life and philanthropy. She's doing it all and making it look effortless. Honestly, it feels like this queen is just getting started. What can't she do? Rosanda Chili Thomas has definitely had her fair share of controversies, and let's just say, her journey has been anything but boring. Chili has a net worth of $6 million and is living her best life with love, music, being a mom, and empowerment at the forefront. Whether she's bouncing back from heartbreak or clapping back at the haters, Chili's resilience and no-holds-barred honesty have made her a true icon. She's living proof that even when the tea is spilling, you can still rise above and shine.